So what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and this is the weekly movie pop culture hunt, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, we're going to go out to some stores. We're going to look for physical media, pop culture, collectibles, all that kind of cool stuff. I'm not really expecting a lot as far as collectibles, but I am expecting a lot from movies. There's a lot of releases out there, so hopefully Walmart and Barnes& and Noble will get some of those in, and let's just go out and have some fun. What are we waiting for? Let's go. All right, we're getting ready to go in Barnes and Noble and look at this. They got a wall of snow still that you can't get through the damn parking lot. It's ridiculous. I parked behind it and I'm going to walk past it. But either way, let's get through this parking lot. Sorry about that, but let's go into Barnes and Noble. What are we waiting for? Let's go. I was just looking at the books up here. They got this unauthorized Stranger Things Ultimate Guide book. That's kind of cool looking. That might be something interesting to pick up later. Got a Marvel year by year book, a visual history. That looks pretty neat. And then these books here I own, the Back to the Future, the Ghostbusters, and the horror movie monsters. Those are all three excellent books to pick up. So over here on the end cap, somebody was actually looking through the Kino movies over there. There's your Five Nights at Freddy's 4K slipcover, and then behind it they got the Steelbook there. So 30% off and then 20% off. And that's not enough off of that, but either way. Here's your Ben-Hur. You got your slipcover version and your Steelbook version. Which one do you like? Those are both nice. I like both of those. So 30% off of that. Then you got the same thing, All the President's Men. There's your slipcover version with the damn sticker at the bottom. And then you got the Steelbook. So slipcover and Steelbook, and then we got Songs on Blue, Blu-ray digital co-release, 30% off. Not a bad price. So that's about it there, and we'll get around this corner here and see what we can find. Maybe that person will leave over there. They didn't, but either way. Hey, I saw this real quick. All Quiet on the Western Front. That's a Netflix movie. I got that Steelbook in Walmart, but I thought that was neat to see. And then the person that was beside me moved, so we'll keep looking. What is this? Magnolia Pictures release? Never heard of that. What else they got? That's The Last Tango in Paris. So we got a couple of Vinegar Syndrome titles still in here. They must be doing some type of inventory. Got tags on all the shelves. There's the Mission Impossible stuff. Want It, that's a 4K Steelbook there. Good Fortune, pretty good release. Other than that, it's got the damn security tag on the slipcover. Friday the 13th Part 2, that's the 45th anniversary. That cover is a little bit different than the one that was in Paramount Scares, but not enough probably to justify a double dip. Blazing Saddles without a slipcover now. Same with Black Widow. I need to get that movie just to get the damn red case. Anything else in this section? Let's see. See if anything catches your eye. Let me know in the comments down below. There's a Kino Cult release. I don't know why they don't get all of them. It's just random which Kino Cult titles they get in this Barnes & Noble. So there's American Pie. I think that looks better than the Steelbook that we got. I'll show you the Steelbook when we get over there. Maybe I'll put it with it. North by Northwest. That's a nice slipcover on that. One Battle After Another. That's a nice slip. I'm starting to like slipcovers more than Steelbooks, I think.
That is without a doubt the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. Slipcover Steve will agree. The Substance. What's this? Reagan. That needs to be more than 20% off. Ragtime. Are they still releasing Paramount Presents titles? And there's Reanimator. Yeah, that line, I ended up buying a bunch of the titles, and I don't remember them coming out with any more recently. And there's the alarm down there. Sorry. What do we got here? There's one of the Pink Panther movies, A Shot in the Dark, $14.99. It's not a bad price. Didn't see much else there. They got all these audio CDs wasting space that nobody's going to buy. On this end cap over here, this is where the Conjuring stuff went. One Battle After Another, Nobody 2, Toxic Avenger. Yeah, I'll show you what I was talking about. Over here on this rack. Slide it all down. Which one of those do you think's better? The damn slipcover is obviously better. But now they're side by side. Five Nights at Freddy's, that's the first movie with a Steelbook, so you could get both Steelbooks in here. The James Bond movies. You got Creepshow, there's the 4K and a Steelbook. Over here in the Arrow section, which is growing, Creepshow 2 is over here. We had the original Creepshow over there with that spider wrap on there, damaging the box. Hey, American Yakuza, that's a new release. Nice to see that in here. And Cheap Thrills, excellent movie. They got that in right after the sale. Got the Mask Blu-rays and 4Ks.
Spoken!
And here's your A24 section. Lamb is good. I still need to get Sing Sing. Hey, look at there. There's your Criterions. The two of them. They separated them. I put them together last week. Corpse Bride. Which one of those you like better? The slip or that Steelbook there? I know some people buy both. I'm not doing that. I don't need them that bad. And plus, I need to conserve space. This is the TV stuff. I know there's a new Dexter coming out. Here's some anime over here. You got the Blob, Back to the Future. There's another Dexter. There's your other Vinegar Syndrome title, The Nesting. A lot of Steelbooks over here. There's Jurassic Park. There's your Longlegs, Megan, Serenity, Riddick, 40-Year-Old Virgin, Pulp Fiction, Minority Report, Renfield, Ace Ventura. I don't like that cover at all. I guess they didn't want to have to pay Jim Carrey to use his likeness on there, so they just used the top of his head. Hey, they stock Dogma as well. It's not on sale though. There's the One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest slip. Hey, look here, a restock of The Crow. That's pretty nice looking.
Yeah!
And around here on the corner, same stuff as always, but still got the 50% off rack. Somebody was actually looking through this. Let's make sure they didn't throw anything new over here. Doesn't look like it. Both Babe movies in 4K. Narrow Margin, Gene Hackman. Rest in peace. Got most of the Pink Panther movies in 4K over here. That's nice to see. What's on the other side? Same as last week. I still need to get Little Buddha. I don't think I have rules of engagement, but I'm not a huge fan of that movie, so I'm not really worried about it. Xanadu, I picked that up from Amazon, cheaper than this, 50% off sale. All right, a little surprise stop. We're going in Ollies because I didn't really want to go in Target, and look at there. Don't get caught in the jaws of high prices. Not sure what all this. Oh, they got this Bluto talking figure here.
Northman, give this a lot of thought. Airline, your name is Sloan.
What is this? Got some little Superman metal figs, Superman, the Flash. That's the only characters they got in there. Not really interested in those. They got, look, at Andy from 40-Year-Old Virgin. Look, they even got, he's missing the chest hairs. That's weird. Got these Dungeons and Dragons figures marked down. These would be good just to get the accessories, even if you didn't want the figures. That figure's pretty awesome. Got a little, and I like this one. They got a little bow and arrow. This one you actually get two figures if you want to think of it that way. So cheap if you just wanted the accessories. Looks like they got all the Dungeons and Dragons. Not a bad price either. So get an axe and a knife. That's not cheap. Oh well. Not everything in Ollies is cheap. Some stuff seems about like retail. So instead of good stuff cheap, okay stuff not so cheap. Lowered expectation. These Marvel figures are in here forever. Why in the hell are they not clearanced? And what's all these Marvel figures? The Masters of the Universe set's kind of cool. Alright, in this next section, they got a Masters of the Universe Clamp Champ. That's not that cheap. And then they got some Star Wars stuff. I'm not big into those type of figures, so I'm not really interested. Some of the larger scale Star Wars. They got an Indiana Jones figure. No, go figure. This is the only one they got. Is it the only one? Yep, looks like only her. Nobody's going to buy these damn things. Oh well. G.I. Joe, Classifieds, Star Wars. That's pretty neat. She talks, but you can't push the button. Got these Ghostbusters, the real Ghostbusters Fright Features figures. I think this thing does some sounds. That could be annoying. Is there a fart? There you go. What else we got? Got those Star Wars like retro style figures. They'll never get rid of all those. Same with these Marvel figures. Oh well. At least I looked over here. And in the book section, I thought this was cool. They got these horror coloring books. Pretty standard fare. Don't like a lot to color. Most of that stuff would look better black and white anyway. And they got the Beauty of Horror tarot cards. I kind of like that. That's a nice coloring book. Got a Mandalorian one. Got a Paranormal one. Got a Patterns. Christmas color book. Oh, it's like scenes from movies. Because there was like Marv from Home Alone. Huh. I like that. What else we got? Lots of books. Got some Mad Libs. Look at that. That's a nice sticker book. Oh well. Somebody said they had some Goosebumps books in here. I like to look and see which ones they got. They do have all these like graphic novels, or you know, where they combine a lot of different comics from the same series into one. The Sisterhood of Superwomen book. That's a hardcover book. Lots of Batman, lots of Superman. Got some hardback stuff over here. Preacher book 4. What is this? Protectors of Wakanda. Got these multi-pack comic book value packs. 5 of them in there. There's another one of those Walking Dead. Got these tarot cards that are in Star Trek Next Generation style. I used to love that. That was my favorite Star Trek back in the day. Here's a box of those multi-bag, like, comic books. 5-pack. That's kind of cool. Look at this. They got this little complete covers of Detective Comics. Damn, it's a small book, but look at every single cover there. That's pretty neat. How much is that damn thing? Not too much. What's this? Oh, there's some of the Goosebumps I was talking about. There's Slappy World. So we get 6 books in there. Was this $12.99? It's not a bad price. That's not the ones that I was expecting, but at least it's Goosebumps. That might be worth a pickup later down the line. Oh, and here's some other ones. This is ones that a lot of people are talking about. I think these are like 20. But that's like 10 books. Very nice. Another one. Here's another set. That's Horrorland. Slappy World. I'm just looking to see if there's any overlap here if I wanted to decide to get one of these one day. Five Nights at Freddy's. Tons of books in here. And they had these big canvas prints. I saw somebody looking at it in their store, and they had some horror prints. What if they got any in here? There's a Michael Jordan, Team Bring It, Undertaker was there. There's another one. I'll zoom back so you can see it. John Cena, Roman Reigns, Spider-Man, Game of Thrones. It's cool ass Venom, Mandalorian, Star Wars. A lot of different Star Wars. Got the Turtles, Batman Begins. Oh, there they are. Here's some. Well, there's Joker, Batman, Sonic, Chucky. That was the one I saw. And the Halloween 2. I'm about tired of all that Halloween 2 merchandise.
It's time, Michael.
That Batman's pretty neat. We need Jason Voorhees up front, though. And I'm knocking everything over, but either way. Shit. There's the Halloween 2. And that's about it on the horror ones. Got some Iron Man. These are smaller ones. They're a little bit cheaper. Guardians of the Galaxy. Marilyn Monroe. Every video I knock shit over. All right, I'm going to pick those up.
Whoops a daisy. By God. We're going to have to clean that up later.
And before I leave the store, look, they got Shackalicious XL gummies. Who in the hell is going to put Shaq in their mouth? Alright, so Ollies was basically a bust. We saw some books and stuff, but let's go into Walmart. And the new release rack is stacked. Oh! Five Nights at Freddy's. There's your 4K slipcover. Really nice. A little bit up close. We can look at that one. Blu-ray slipcover, similar. Got a nice little sheen to it. I like it. Saw the Steelbook in Barnes & Noble. There's the 2-movie collection DVD. Now You See Me, Now You Don't. They got the 4K for $20. Blu-ray. And then here's your Silent Night, Deadly Night. There's the DVD with the same artwork. Here's the collector's edition. Is that Blu-ray? Yup. With the artwork that matches the DVD slipcover. Regretting You, that's fair. That's new, I think. Song Sung Blue. They only have the DVD in here. 1796. Savage Hunt. Never heard of that. Like the cover. Bear in the Wild. Basically Jaws in the Woods. Deathstalker. I think that's a new release. There was an original Deathstalker. Dexter Resurrection is new. The rest of this is stuff we've seen before. Black Phone. Oh, there's the Predator Badlands DVD cover. And here's the Predator Badlands Blu-ray. I like that Blu-ray slip. The 4K, holy shit, man, that thing looks nice. Look at that thing, sheen, the sheen, the shine, the shinning. I love it. Nice slipcover on that one. Over here, they've got the reprint of the Godfather Steelbook. I've got all three of those in Steelbook. Then you got the Transformers 1 reprint. I think that was the only way you could get that movie on Blu-rays in that Steelbook set. You got the reprint of Scream, 4K Steelbook. There's what the slip looks like. I mean, the Steelbook looks like under the slip. Ben-Hur, really nice debossed Steelbook. Damn, man. I dropped stuff again. Hopefully that Steelbook didn't get damaged. Dead Silence. Nice 4K Steelbook. Really nice artwork on that Nightcrawler. I need to stop touching stuff. I'm going to end up breaking it again. There's the Dogma. Finally got that in. What's over here? Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Anything on sale? Not really seeing a lot. Monk. Drew Carey Show. Three's Company. Drew Carey, that won a Jeffy Award. If you didn't watch the Jeffy Awards, go back and watch that, please.
Yes! I like it.
Got that Peanut series. Got SpongeBob, Batman Beyond, Diagnosis Murder. Didn't Dick Van Dyke, isn't he like 100 years old now? And they hit some video. He was dancing. Getting around better than me. 6 Feet Under, very underrated show. That's about it there. Down here, let's look and see. These are usually DVDs down here. Cottonmouth, never heard of that. Earthquake Underground. Oh, shit. This has got to be Asylum, right? Yep.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
$12 for that. Frontier Crucible. I'm pretty sure there's a Blu-ray of that. The Astronaut gets a DVD release. The Carpenter's Son. They got it on DVD. I know there's a Blu-ray of that. Trap House. Batista on DVD. Direct to DVD, I think. Wildcat. Kate Beckinsale. Becoming the new, like Bruce Willis and Nicolas Cage, just popping up every week. And a cheap DVD at Walmart. Let's get out of this section. The horror section, I don't think they really got anything new stocked in here. We saw all this stuff last week. The Ghostface figure, I bought the one in the movie theater. There's that Nook with the aliens. There's a closer look at that Pennywise, like it's almost like a rubber figure. Got some Ghostface plush, some Ghostface minis. Are you guys ready for the new Scream? Who's going to see it opening night? Put it in the comments down below. Got some SpongeBob stuff. I like that Krabby Patty box. What's that hat? Is that Stranger Things? Yeah. And not really seeing much else. Let's look at the pops real quick. This is a pretty badass looking one. Rob Zombie. Got the It, Welcome to Derry pops. Tom Petty. Anybody else? Nope. Bob's Burgers. Garfield. That's pretty neat looking. What is this? A statue down here? The Gladiator 2. It's not bad. No new NECA in here. Got those SpongeBobs. SpongeBob, why is he popular again? Any Chase figures? That one had a Chase version. We saw it in one of the stores. There's your Platinum Chase version. It's red sticker, so that means that's a Walmart exclusive Chase, right? Alright, they do have this new section here with the new slipcovers. You got Sinners. I'll show them to you real quick. Maybe I'll do a short where I detail these out a little more. Rush Hour, Legend, Last Samurai. I might need to pick that up. I don't think I've got that movie on Blu-ray. Rush Hour is pretty cool, but I got that retro TV slipcover of that one that last time. Batteries not included. Lost Boys. Conan. Seven, Mars Attacks. And then this side is more Easter stuff or family stuff. Oh, they got Ben-Hur up here. We had the Steelbook on the other rack. Now they got for $20 the slipcover version. That's a nice slipcover. They've got a $5 bin in here. It doesn't have much, but it does have Blue Beetle. The Punisher with Thomas Jane. Uncharted, I mean. Evil Dead, Rise. Got the Running Man Blu-rays now. Alright, before we get out of this section, they do still have the Love Hurts slipcovers. Thought I'd just show you a quick glance of those. Oh, my arch enemy, look. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Let's cut in front of him. Before we end this thing, they didn't have anything in the toy section. Let's give a quick look at the shirts. Let's do a shirt hunt. You saw my enemy going behind the scenes over there. I love Diet Coke. That Millennium Falcon plans is kind of cool. There's your Art the Clown Terrifier. Chucky, Korn, Outcast. Slay All Day, Michael Myers. Superman. SpongeBob. Golden Girls. Raw as War. One of you guys was talking about buying that shirt. Jelly Roll. Hellfire Club. Happy Gilmore. There's Scream. That's kind of timely. Back to the Future's nice. Oh well. They got rack after rack. That Sailor Moon's kind of cool. The Goonies. Jurassic Park. Don't need Creed or Post Malone. Deadpool. I'm sorry. Did I offend you?
Go fuck yourself.
Got the Smurfs. AC/DC. That Emerald City's pretty cool from Wicked. Alright, well, like I said, there were no toys in here, so I think I'm going to end the hunt here. So let's go ahead and look online. There's a lot of releases coming out. Alright, everybody, let's look for the release week of February 17th. This was what the hunt was based on back in when I was going into the stores. Huge release week. Not sure why they continue to release everything on the same week. I know it's to save on shipping to the stores, but come on now. Get it in there early and tell them just to hold it. We got Ben-Hur's, got a 4K Steelbook. We got the Predator Badlands 4K. That's with the slipcover, and that thing looked pretty badass when we were looking at it in Walmart. I really liked it, and I liked the slipcover on that Ben-Hur too, the 4K that we saw that in Walmart. Nightcrawler 4K Steelbook. Saw that in Walmart. And All the President's Men, there's your 4K Steelbook. I think we saw that in, was it Barnes & Noble? Predator Badlands, got a 4K Steelbook. I'm digging the artwork on it, but I actually think I like the slip better. But either way, didn't see that in stores, but it was readily available on Walmart.com. A Beautiful Mind gets a 4K. All the President's Men, that's the regular 4K. Sisu Road to Revenge gets a 4K Steelbook. Now You See Me, Now You Don't, which is basically the third entry in that series, gets an Amazon exclusive Steelbook. Arrow continues to kick ass with releases. You get the Visitor 4K, Double Impact, and Knockoff get MVD Laser Vision Collection releases. Five Nights at Freddy's gets a nice slipcover on that 4K. Scream 4K, their first movie, gets a re-release on a Steelbook. You get Dexter Resurrection, the complete first series. Silent Night, Deadly Night gets a Steelbook release, and it's got a slipcover, so they're not showing that. That cover reminds me of Hatchet. Do you guys agree? Now You See Me, Now You Don't, that's 4K with a slip. There's your Five Nights at Freddy's 2, that's your Steelbook. Small Soldiers gets a 4K release. It's already had a Steelbook release previously. Rental Family, Brendan Fraser returns with a movie. I haven't bought that, but let me know in the comments down below if you've seen it, if it's any good. The Doors, I'm pretty sure that's a Lionsgate limited release, 4K Steelbook. Predator Badlands gets a pretty badass Blu-ray slipcover there. Cloud, Deathstalker Blu-ray, I think that's from Shout Studios. We saw the DVD in Walmart. Ellipse Series 8, there's a Criterion release. Dead Silence gets a pretty nice looking 4K Steelbook. Sisu Road to Revenge, there's a Blu-ray. Song Sung Blue gets a Blu-ray and digital code copy. I'm not going to buy that yet. I'm going to watch it streaming first. Silent Night, Deadly Night gets a cool 4K with a Blu-ray release with a slipcover. Brotherhood of the Wolf 4K. Mean Girls gets a 4K re-release. Now You See Me, Now You Don't, there's the Blu-ray of that, and Five Nights at Freddy's. The Godfather 4K Steelbook gets a re-release. The Flesh and Blood Show, I'm pretty sure that's a Kino cult release. You get some Broadway on the big screen. Space Adventure Cobra, not familiar with that. Regretting You gets a Blu-ray release. Scarlet Warning 666, not familiar with that at all. Put in the comments down below if you know what that is. The Vultures from 1984. Got some, I don't know what that is. Is that anime? I can't tell. I don't know what that is. Cliff in Color. Then you got Frontier Crucible. That's the 4K release. Got some anime. Fred Astaire Collection. Birth of Blues. Shark Skin Man. And Peach Hip Girl. No clue what that is. The Benny Goodman Story. We get the Carpenter's Son, Nicolas Cage release. Trick or Treat gets a 4K re-release. Double or Nothing, Sing the Sinners, Here Comes the Waves. And then you get a Spencer Tracy release. So we got a lot of Warner Archives collections coming out. There's the Knockoff MVD Rewind Collection Blu-ray. Just so you know, if you get the 4K, you can flip the slipcover over and get the same cover as the Blu-ray. Silent Night, Deadly Night, there's your Blu-ray release. Heaven, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie collection. Tomorrow's Joe. Tripoli, I'm not sure what that is anime-wise. Crucible, Frontier Crucible. Party Patrol 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5. No clue what those are. Let me know in the comments down below if you know. Not really anything after that. So tons of releases this week. Catalog stuff, new releases, Steelbooks, Steelbook Mania maybe. Check out wait for the haul, and you might see if there's Steelbook Mania this week. Doesn't look like a lot of Kino releases. So either way, that's a lot of releases. Let me know in the comments down below what you picked up from this week's stuff, and then otherwise, let's close out this video. So what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am Jeff Mann, 316, your pop culture reporter. That's me on the sign. Usually, if we're going to do a watch along on this channel, we do it on Sunday nights around 9 p.m. Eastern. So come along when you see the notification pop up that I'm doing a live stream. Come over, have some fun with us, watch along to the movie, talk about pop culture, physical media, wrestling, anything you guys want. We can talk about. And then we had some fun in this one. Went out to some stores. We saw some movies in Walmart. Lots of new releases this week. I wish they wouldn't release everything all at once like that. I wish they'd spread the wealth. We didn't have a lot of new releases the last 2 weeks, so why not get the stuff out in stores? Ship them early and just put, street dates on them or whatever. They can do something different, but either way, it's at least we've got physical media in stores. That's the important thing. There's going to be some videos that pop up on the channel here in the next week, at least 1 or 2, like Goodwill type thrifting videos. I apologize in advance if the audio sounds like shit. I had some mic troubles and I'm just now getting them fixed. But either way, hopefully you guys will keep supporting the channel. It doesn't matter what the audio sounds like. The easiest way to do it is drop likes, thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Do all that normal YouTube stuff I always ask you to do. If you are a subscriber, you rule. Hit the notification bell when you become a subscriber, and you'll know when I post new videos. So I appreciate everything. You can use the description down below to find all kinds of other ways to help me. My Valoria video affiliate link, the code JevMan316 to get you 10% off your first purchase. My eBay store, sold to quite a few of you. I ended up with some extra copies of movies and stuff. Anything I sell on eBay, I dump right back into the channel to help buy physical media that we talk about on the channel or that you see in the hauls. And when I do the hauls, I usually go into a little bit in depth and I show you the releases and sometimes talk about why I bought them. So watch the haul videos right after you watch the hunts. Really, I have fun doing those. So I hope you guys will keep supporting me, and I'll keep making content for you. And until next time, boys and girls, this has been JevMan316. I am your pop culture reporter, and I'm signing out saying you guys be safe out there.
I'm ready. I spit a gun. I'm ready.